Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And expectations are rising, and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. We have already started here. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Saliba cuts it out. Kagawa. He's a sharp little ball here. And it's clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Maradona is wide and looking to get onto this. And it's Kagawa. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Torres. Pirlo. Oh, there's a probing ball. And it's Messi. Hernandez kept his eye on it, and he's there. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, Peter, this is a game where I really don't think I need to spell out who I'm expecting to provide the sparks. The name is Diego Maradona. Not just footballing royalty, I think what's more appropriate is godlike.
Yeah, the name itself strikes. Now the finish! And the ball's come loose here. And again! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Costa Curta. Torres. And he cuts out the supply. Oh, no question, that's a foul. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe ploughing through the middle. Quality ball. Front-footed pressing going on here. Torres has got himself a free kick. Botafogo are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Cafu. It's a good-looking in with a header! They've scored! Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
So we have... Has a goal! He has done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang, you're pegged back again.
Fernando Torres. Cafu. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Now it's Maradona. Good read, needed to be. And here's Maradona. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Cafu. Oh, can he get onto this? David Villa. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Can he finish? It's a goal! And they've got their lead back. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Villa really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the
Big chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Chance! He's got a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Ah, you've got to love that. Concentration, conviction.
He scores! Oh, I think it's been called offside. Yes, it has.
Well, obviously some sections of the crowd would disagree, but that was the right decision, albeit a late one.
Disappointments and relief on either side. Nothing doing. And it's Messi. Good spot, he's seen the run. Kagawa showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well timed, excellent interception.
3 minutos de acréscimo.
Beckenbauer promptly onto that, and that is that. Pass is just off target. Pirlo. Messi. Messi goes steaming forward. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's half-time here. Botafogo playing their part in a real slugfest here. A glut of goals and nothing to suggest much is going to change. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2. The second half then, just getting going. Torres. And it's Kagawa. And here's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And he's heaved it away. Beckenbauer. David Villa. Can he spark a counter here? Adams.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Messi is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Torres. Beckenbauer. Botafogo have it back and can go again. Kagawa has created one goal already. And he's there to clear it. The ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Look, the game is full of ifs.
Shot a goal! Goal! Botafogo! And the comeback is complete. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Botafogo go into the lead.
Yeah, for me this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Público
Messi.
presente na partida de
Cafu.
hoje,
Just about up to the hour now.
70.987 espectadores.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it... Messi! Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Adams with the clearance. Maradona. And it's Messi. David Villa. And it's Messi. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Camisa 20, camisa 26. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 11.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Camisa 17.
That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cafu is very much the model of the modern day. Decent hit! They've scored! And he is just ripping it up!
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Botafogo take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Look, this position ought to convince them to increase their lead. I think they should be really positive about this now, Peter.
No luck with that dink over the top. Sorry. And the counter is on. Now it's Neymar. He's shifting through the gears here. Neymar! They are rampant! And the lead is 3! It is surely done!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the man...
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. We have already started here. Frimpong. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Kagawa. Mbappe! Oh, the shot could be on here. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Botafogo clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And here's Mbappe, foot in.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
The pass is intercepted. Messi! Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Frimpong.
Luis Figo, now there's a class act.
You can't disagree with that.
Well, he loves to roam across advanced midfield positions, but his most natural position is on the right side, where he uses a very clever brain to go and create.
And the shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
That's a decent clearance. Modric. Climbs up big! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Gets his pass away. Mbappe. Can he finish? Goal! Botafogo! First blood drawn.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Botafogo have taken the lead.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Modric. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Haaland! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Oh, the contact was as crisp as it comes. The direction was the issue.
Quite squeezed that one through.
Kagawa, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Fernando Torres. Kagawa. Now it's Messi. And the shot! They've scored! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. That really was a thing of beauty, curled in effortlessly.
You know what was notable in that, Peter, was the fact that he didn't try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
Now the finish! Really well taken goal. Back to within one. Interesting. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, that's a measured delight. The curl he applied was immaculate.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
Now it's Messi. And the finish! Decent enough try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. It's goal kick. Pedri. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And it's Fernando Torres. Modric. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Palmer. Haaland. Haaland! They just took too long getting forward.
Well, the whole idea of a good breakaway is to leave the opposition struggling to get back, and they were just too slow.
Modric, who's set up one goal so far. Good spot, he's seen the run. Kagawa. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Messi. Mbappe! Poor robust challenge. And the first half is done. Well, the two sides have made this a pretty decent game so far. Both have contributed on the score sheet. There is a balance wherever you look. Either side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's still anyone's game, as both sides have shown they have goals in them. As for the next one, should it arrive, that may have a bigger bearing as to who emerges victorious.
Botafogo leading by one in a finely poised game. It is intriguing to watch. And hits one! It's in! Two up and threatening to pull clear. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
Botafogo go two up and into a position of real strength.
Look, this position ought to convince them to increase their lead. I think they should be really positive about this now, Peter.
He's picked his way through. Oh, well played. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. They've played it short. Oh, that's neat. He's got the shot away! And now a sudden chance to counter. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Chance! And it's there! And the lead is extended still further. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
Botafogo grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And he's there's the hit! He's kicked it out just.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Great ball if he can get there. Mbappe! Well, now it's a race for the... Oh, what has happened here? Pedri. That is a great ball. He's found a way through. Can he finish? It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Decent hit! It's there! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have...